Let's talk about a pedal that was on every Shoegazers pedal board in the 90s.
So I haven't done this channel for a good few years now. Research is a big part of what we do, right? So shoegaze, research on shoegaze and pedals, that's up.
And that includes 2 uni dissertations on shoegaze, specifically pedals used in shoegaze.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to uni paying all this money, you might as well do it on something you like, right?
What we really love doing with pedal partners is uncovering some of the best forgotten guitar effects, and we love pedals with vintage charisma, and because so many of them were so ahead of their time, they end up being so quirky in nature.
Yeah, we always like the quirky stuff. A big part of what we're doing with the channel is shining a light on underrated bands, genres, pedals. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon. There's loads of ways you can support us, buy our merch,
Our music,
our pedals that we make. Yeah, we're just doing this independently ourselves. So it means the world. We're Gen Z in it, baby. Like, this pedal don't got a backplate, but can't be fussy, man. It's Gen Z, man. We just got the scraps.
So let's talk about the shoegazers that were using the PN-2 in the 90s. Kevin Shields and My Buddy Valentine had 2 PN-2s on his pedal board during the Loveless tour, and My Buddy Valentine actually have an EP called Tremolo.
So Neil Halstead had this at the front of his board in the 90s. Lawrence from Bury Electric had 2 PN-2s on his board, one for Tremolo and one for Panning in 1994. One of the guitarists from Jesus and Mary Chain, Ben, had one of these on his board in 99. Both Adam and Jim from SLOWDIVE have had PN-2s on their boards. Jason Pierce of Spiritualize has used the PN-2. Andy Bell had one on his 96 board for his other band, which was Hurricane No. 1. Roland from 6 String Malfunction had this in his 90 setup. The controls on this pedal are really straightforward. We've got rate, which controls the speed of the effect in both tremolo and pan modes, and depth, which will control the amount of the effect in both tremolo and pan modes. And then each mode has 2 different waveforms. We've got triangle and square in both the tremolo and the panning modes, and I'm going to be showing all 4 variations of this effect, and I'm even going to be trying it with a little fuzz pedal that we have here.
The pedal Oscillation, which is named after Luca's shoegaze band because he had this pedal built by our friend Life Sunfair Audio.
The Boss PN-2 was made between 1990 and 1995.
And Becky and I were talking about this the other day, that a lot of the vintage Boss pedals that we like stuck around in production for about 5 years. Things like the Boss PS2, PS3, HM3, PN-2.
Yeah, so I've always liked, I guess you can't really think of Boss pedals in this way because like it completely varies, but like pedals in the 2 series or with the number 2, so like the RV2, the PS2, this PN-2, I like, it's more about like the era that they were made, so late 80s, early 90s, because you got stuff like the TE2, the Terica, which is also a 2 pedal, but that's obviously made years later, and that's still readily available pedal right now. Paige, you know how obsessive I am about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have this big list of all the pedals that you want to get, and I actually bought the PN-2 a few years ago. I knew it would be a good move because stereo has always been a big part of your sound, and panning and tremolo we love.
Yeah, so stereo sound, panning is a big part of what I do. So this pedal was always one that I really wanted to get.
Luca does the producing for my band with my twin sister, Abstract and Sound, and he always adds some panning somewhere, somehow.